So this is proximal interphalangeal flexion. So you're going to start by having your client with their forearms supinated and their wrist in neutral. And the finger that you're going to be testing is going to be in slight flexion at the metacarpophalangeal joint. So you're going to hold all of the fingers except for the one being tested in full extension. Okay, relax your wrist, please. Thank you. The other hand is going to be used to provide the resistance during flexion. So this isolates the finger that you're going to be testing. And you want to test each finger separately, with the exception of possibly the little and the ring finger, which you can test together if they cannot be isolated, or if you're unable to isolate the little finger. Okay, so your client is going to flex the proximal interphalangeal joint without flexing, the proximal interphalangeal joint without flexing the distal interphalangeal joint. So you can test that. I'll show you how to test that in just a moment. But first you want to start by just checking range of motion against gravity to see if they can earn a grade of 3. So you're going to cue your client to please bend your middle finger and go back up and back down and back up. Great. And when he goes back down, go ahead. You can see if you can wiggle the tip of the finger, you know that that's not flexed. So that's perfect. Okay, relax. Thank you. Okay, so that's a grade of 3. We're going to go ahead and test for 5 now. So I'm going to have him please bend your finger, and I'm going to provide resistance. So don't allow me to straighten your finger. That's perfect. That's a 5. If a grade of 4 is going to be complete range of motion with moderate finger resistance. So he's going to have a harder time resisting my finger, but he's still going to resist it. So that's a 4. We already did 3. That's with no resistance. Now for grades 2, 1, and 0, we want to eliminate the factor of gravity by turning the forearm into mid position. You're going to keep your hands just the same way, keep the fingers in extension. And so for a grade of 2, you're going to see him do complete range of motion. So all the way up and all the way down. That's right, but he can only do it that way because we've eliminated the gravity. And then for a grade of 1 is going to be that he's not able to complete that range of motion. So you're going to test it by placing your finger right here, and that is you're going to palpate the flexor digitorum superficialis on the palmar surface of the wrist between palmar longus and flexor carpi ulnaris. So that's going to be right here. So go ahead and give me range of motion. Great, and I can feel it right here. And then if he is unable to move at all and you're not feeling anything with your palpation, you know that's a grade of 0.